utilize everything in one form factor or another. Bones for stock, fat for lard, for the hands, things of that nature. So they get almost total utilization. But the only thing they can use bones for is for stock. They can actually use the bones to turn around, dry it, and sell it for dog treats. But I don't know what aspect that takes on them either. So we're going to save every single thing we have except for the stuff that looks like crap. That's what we're going to use. We start with the crappy product, we're going to finish with the crappy product. Okay, so we don't want to do that. So where this comes from, so where this, it looks like dried blood, right? That's what it is. How they there, right through here, right to the heart, right back out. So they bleed that way. They'll cut their head, or they'll cut their carotid as well. But that's how they kill them and bleed. So you got the buildup right there. That part we're not going to use. That's someone steal.
Are they bleeding them out alive, or are they puncturing the heart and then bleeding them out?
They puncture the heart, but then they bleed.
So they're supposed to die with that puncture, right? Because I know some places just cut the throat without necessarily, like, the place is alive, so it's same with blood, loss of blood.
They do the same thing to cells, but they ain't got that, they got to do the technique, find out, put it out, I do the drain,
So having proper mesoplast when you get started, having proper places to put your product. We have our primals, so we're going to take up a lot of space with our 5 pieces, right? And then making sure that we cut this off, we put it to the side. We put it to the side so we know we're not going to use it. When we trim off, cut off the tail, put that right here because that's going to be the stuff that we braise, fry up crispy, what have you. Somebody grab that leg, let's rotate this way. I want the feet towards me, please.
So would it be always best to start with the feet pointing at you or away?
You don't have to, but most certainly you can. I'm going to screen down this way a little bit just for some better lighting. I got to have some good light on this. Alright, so this one was killed on 4/7. This tells you everything about it, where it was what lot it came from, this tag number, and then how much it weighs.
Yeah, this is hot meat.
Hot. I don't remember what that is. I would assume that hot is an acronym or something. I don't know what it is. Today's too busy texting right now.
to the internet.
What does hot weight mean? What does hot weight mean?
What does hot weight mean?
All right, so before I can touch anything, let's go over. I want you all to tell me what the primals are and where they are.
Boston cut, the
So we got shoulder and the butt, the ham.
ham, the belly,
The hock is going to be right here. This part right here. Loin is from here to here, right in here. Pork belly. Belly's
pork
right here.
belly.
Right, that's tasty. Yes. Oh no. The awesome is in the freezer. So our tenderloin is right under here. See this piece of meat right here? That's where our tenderloin stops.
Basically eviscerated shell. The hot carcass weight is the weight of an animal after it is slaughtered and the head, tail, legs, eye, and organs are removed. So almost
And all.
So there's like a weight of the pig and then the weight after it's been gutted.
I just didn't know what that stood like, what HOP stood for.
You can almost double that, that's what the actual pig weight is.
And that's probably, this is 146. That's not the weight of this. This is not another 50 pounds. It's probably the whole
Yeah,
pig. Okay, so
and this was the red,
red wattle.
which is what they
Same
have
things that they have out in
Yeah. And wattle, we will see, you know what the wattle is?
Yeah, that's
What
what-
else is in
The thing that really does nothing. It's like the,
Is it edible?
yeah, it's just as edible as a tail is. All right, so our lard comes from this. This is the leaf fat right here. This is what we're going to use for our lard. We're going to make some. We have a crap ton already, but if we utilize it properly, we can use it all. Use it in baking. Use it in making biscuits. Last time I made cookies in my house, I used lard. I used equal parts butter and lard, just for the hell of it. See what it was like. You know what it was like? It was like freaking delicious and tasty. Because you just get a little bit of that flavor, not much, but you know we get the total utilization of it. It doesn't have as high a smoke point as butter or canola or clarified butter or canola oil, but it can be cooked in. You can use it as a cooking medium. Right. So taking this out,
Yeah, really doing
bring up some parts here. So all these parts right here, I will use, and I'll save this. I might save this, I might not. I'll clean the fat off. And really toss this fat, but I'll save this right here, this vein. I'll save that, put that in a stock. A lot of good collagen and elastin in that right there. Skirt steak, you all know the skirt steak, right?
Yep.
What have you. Once we get this leaf fat clear, you'll see where the skirt is. It's going to be right here. Y'all ever seen the whole skirt steak? Inside or outside skirt? You know, not that big, not that wide. Yeah. Well, clearly it's a smaller animal, but you'll be able to see the same makeup of it for sure.
What's the difference between skirt and flank?
Skirt steak hangs. Sorry. Yeah, the skirt steak hangs right here. The flank steak is going to be more from the belly region.
Is it well inside ribs and then outside of the ribs, right?
Yeah, like right in here is where you see the flank. Sorry. So when working with any animal, and you're not sure, you're like, I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to cut it. I don't want to, cut up an expensive piece of meat. Look for the seams. Always look for the seams, like where the silver skin is, right? Silver skin on the meat, that's the chewy stuff, the tough stuff that we have to take off. What that does, that separates pieces of meat. So we know if we see that, then we've got two sections of meat that we can cut away from one another, pull away from one another. So always use that. It's coming right off that is perfect. That's what we want. Always use your non-cutting hand and for leverage. So you're cutting with this hand, pulling away with this one. So you're using your offhand as natural leverage. So just working. If you all want to come around here, feel free to. Working down here, starting to pull that off. Okay, starting to pull it off. A lot of meat you'll be able to use like that. Get your hand in there, and pull it away. Get your hand in there and pull it away. In case a lot of the leaf fat and the subcutaneous fat, you will be able to do that with. See, right there, working on it, getting that seam. Once I get an opening, I'm able to do this right here. That way I'm less obtrusive.
So you can't do it like a bone because you don't want to cut that meat down.
Precisely. Because that meat is going to bring me more money than the fat is.
So you're just opening that line so you can see easier where you're going to actually slice.
Yes.
You always want to keep your knife dry, right?
Well,
handle, at least.
because of the fat, and it's slippery, and you'll get the Scooby-Doo sound. When you cut yourself. Pulls off. That's fine. It's fat. What we're gonna do with it?
Eat it, render.
Yeah, we're gonna render it and eat it. So who knows how to make lard? Like the lard that comes in the stores from Ardmore, right? The 1 pound blocks. It looks like a pound of butter. Anybody know how we get from here to there?
All I know is it's made in vats and it's heat, like slow heat or something, because I know that's how those guys would fall in, and slow and steady they would turn into lard themselves. So I guess it's just a process of letting it.
So that's it. It's basically melting it to remove the oil. We'll take it, we're going to grind it, and we're going to put it in a pot with just a touch of oil.